This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone. I, on behalf of Shreyas E-Learning Academy, welcome you all in this next session of Arsha's seminar. Our today's speaker, Dr. Vidya Dharne Madam, has done his post-graduation from R.A. Poddar Medical College, Worli. She is now currently practicing at Dombivli and Navi Mumbai as an anorectal surgeon. Currently working as an associate professor at YMT Ayurvedic College, Kharghar since last 20 years. Madam is also recognized by Limca Book of World Record for surgical team member for performing 290 piles surgery in 12 hours on the occasion of World Piles Day, that is 20th November 2011. Madam is the founder of Advanced Center of Excellence for Piles, Fissure and Fistula at Dombivli and Navi Mumbai as well. She is recognized postgraduate and PhD guide by Maharashtra Health University, Nashik, and published many papers in national and international journals. It is her formal introduction, as well as Madam is very good teacher and a very good surgeon. When we share our experience in our hospital, when Madam operates, the skill is also so fine, and Madam very well explained to the patient, as well as every time when we talk with her, we come to new things about the surgeries, about the patient, how to treat, how to look at it. Sometimes we may make mistakes, so she cover up us. So that is the Vidya Madam, and she has a lot of experience in teaching. So we will hope that everyone should get benefit of her teaching. That's why we called her today. So I welcome Dr. Vidya Dharne Madam on behalf of Shreyas E-Learning Academy, and would like to hear from you. Thank you, Madam, for accepting invitation.
Thank you, Chintan. Thank you so much for such a nice introduction. Good morning, one and all, and happy Independence Day to all of you. Okay, so my today's talk is regarding Chara Sutra and hemorrhoid, myths and facts. As I came to know that you are all aspiring proctologists, you want to learn something in proctology. So when anyone think about Ayurveda and when anyone think about Ayurvedic treatment, no one can avoid Chara Sutra, the reference of Chara Sutra or the things that's called Chara Sutra. And all of you have joined this series or this such a good program to understand more and more about Chara Sutra. So understanding Chara Sutra and its use is the basically theme of this such a program. Today, my responsibility is that I want to elaborate or I want to put light on some hidden aspects. Okay, so my today's talk is something different from my regular things that is practicing. And today I'm talking about the myths and the facts about Chara Sutra and a hemorrhoid. Okay, so before going forward, there are some common statements we come across in our practice from our some senior practitioner, and most of from the laymen, the patient who approaches us by googling things. Okay, they come with some common statements. What are that common statements? The statements are Chara Sutra is used in ligation of piles. Hemorrhoid patient approached us and said, "Madam, I want to do my pile surgery with Chara Sutra." I said, "Okay, we'll do." So Chara Sutra is used in ligation of Arsha. Chara Sutra is an non-invasive technique of Arsha. There is no recurrence after Chara Sutra in Arsha, and patient can go or join his duties from the next day. These are some statements we frequently come across from the local society. So today I am going to focus on the facts behind this treatment. When we think about Arsha, this beautiful diagram should come in our mind. When patient, I think till now you have covered with anatomy, physiology, pathology, and examination part of Arsha. So all of you know the beauty of this 11, 3 and 7 o'clock, 3, 3, 7, 11 o'clock. And when you say the patient is suffering from Arsha or a hemorrhoid, this beautiful diagram should come in your mind. Okay. So these are Arsha or the hemorrhoid. I am not going in details of this anatomy, physiology and pathology, but whenever you come across this kind of patient, there are 4 theories should be there in your mind. What are the 4 theories? When you look at the piles or when you going to treat the piles, these 4 theories should be in your mind. What are the 4 theories? That theory is the first, varicose vein theory. Second, vascular hyperplasia theory. Third, internal anal sphincter hypertonia theory, and the sliding cushions theory. All this lecture is based on the practical things, on the practical tips. So whenever you see any piles patient, these 4 theories should be in back of your mind while treating the patient. You can treat this patient with medicine, with surgery, with invasive, with non-invasive technique, any treatment. But whenever you use any technique, these 4 theories should be in your mind, that I am going to treat this varicose vein, I am going this hypertonia, I am going to treat this sliding cushion. So let's go through these 4 theories quickly. First theory, varicose vein theory. Hemorrhoid is considered to be the result of varicose vein. There are 4-5 sites in our body where the varicose vein occurs. The one of the sites is anal canal. So 2 pathological changes must be proceed for this varicose vein to occur. The pressure of vein increases locally to distend and result into varicose vein. And second, a weak portion on the wall has to be present to form a varicose vein. My dear friends, hemorrhoid is nothing but dilated vein, that is varicose vein. So whenever you treat hemorrhoid, keep in mind you are treating some kind of varicose vein in it. Second theory, a vascular hyperplasia theory. As you go with the anatomy part, that the blood supply and venous supply, you find there is the arteriovenous anastomosis in the anal mucosa. Hemorrhoidal tissue contains metaplasia of erectile tissue. Distended vein causes the hemorrhoidal bleeding, which is bright red. So that is called the vascular hyperplasia theory. Third theory, theory of internal anal sphincter hypertonia, that is internal anal sphincter spasm. This theory suggests that anal pain can be provoked during defecation due to hyperactivity of internal anal sphincter. In patients with hemorrhoid, the venous pressure are observed abnormally high. So, the increased tone of internal anal sphincter seems to be a secondary phenomena rather than the primary cause of a hemorrhoid. Therefore, Lord stated that anal dilatation is one of the treatment for a hemorrhoid. Hemorrhoid can be treated by performing anal dilatation. So, there may be or may not be internal anal sphincter spasm, that is internal anal sphincter hypertonia. Fourth and a very essential to know theory is sliding anal cushion theory. My dear friends, there are anal cushions. We have seen that first diagram, 3, 7 and 11 o'clock. Each and every human being, each and every human structure has this anal cushion inside the anal canal. So each and every patient, each and every human being has 5 positions over there. These positions are called the anal cushion, which is a cushion which is guiding the anal canal, which is maintaining the continence of anal canal, which is keeping the anal canal closed during the resting period. In 1975, Thomas announced that hemorrhoid result from the sliding down of anal cushion, that is anal endothelial lining. On the basis of his anatomical study, which is now widely accepted. So, hemorrhoid are nothing but sliding anal cushions. Hemorrhoid can develop from the anal canal with loose and coarse connective tissue. These generation. So again, factors to be considered now, and putting that 4 slide in one slide. Factors to be considered before selection of any treatment. You can treat the patient with n number of types, n number of treatments. But which factor you should be considered while treating this patient? That you are treating the varicosity of local veins. There is involvement of arteriovenous anastomosis. There is prolapse or loose hypertrophied anal cushion, and there is internal sphincter spasm maybe. So these 4 factors should be kept in the mind before selection of any treatment. When we are treating any patient, there should be aim. What is the aim of hemorrhoid management? What is the aim? To get rid of patient's complaints. Okay. So the aim of hemorrhoid management will be control the bleeding PR, control the PR bleeding, treatment of prolapse mass, management of obstruction during defecation and anal pain. Patient wants from you to correct these 4 abnormalities. He may or may not be having bleeding. There might be prolapse mass. There might be some obstruction during defecation, and there might be pain. So what is your aim? Your aim is to get rid of these 4 things. Okay. For that, modern has described n number of, that is more than 15 treatments are there. We can treat any file according to their condition by these 15 methods. My today's lecture is not about this. I just compiled that these are the treatment modalities available for treating any file. Not only one single treatment cannot be possible for the pipe for its treatment. Again, according to the degree, you have in your previous lecture you have seen the first, second, fourth degree pipe. What is first, what is second, and what is third, fourth degree. So according to the degree, also the treatment modality it is changed. Okay, so this slide says there are treatment according to the degree. Okay. Now come to the Kshara Sutra. That is our today's topic. So we have seen what is piles, what is the theory behind the piles, what are the many treatments available for the hemorrhoid, what is the aim of our treatment, what we are going to focus while treating the patient. Now we are coming to the topic, that is Kshara Sutra. What is Kshara Sutra? Kshara Sutra is nothing but a chemical ceton. A sutra which is coated with some chemical material, which is coated with some aushadhi. We can say it's the chemical ceton. Where will you get the reference? Kshara Sutra reference is available in Sushruta Samhita in Nadi Vrana. Okay, my dear friends, just keep this in mind. Sushruta has not mentioned Kshara Sutra in fistula or in Arsha. He has referred Kshara Sutra in treatment of Nadi Vrana. Second very important thing, which may be important for your exam point of view or your Viva point of view, is that Sushruta has not described the method of preparation of Kshara Sutra. The method of preparation of Kshara Sutra is described by the Chakradatta. In there, important contents are Snuhi, Kshira and Haridra. Both are acidic in nature. When we say Kshara Sutra, Kshara means some alkali, that is alkaline thread. But the basic reference, which is from Chakradatta, says it is contents of Snuhi, Kshira and Haridra, that both are acidic in nature. Let's see the original reference. Forget about the Hindi translation. Just forget it. Just focus on the shloka. What the shloka says? Bhavitam rajani churne suhikshire punha punha bandhanasa sudridam sutram hinyati arshobhagandaram. When you are focused on these two lines, you can find there is nothing a word called Kshara Sutra. This one is called the Kshira Sutra. So never say this is Kshara Sutra, this is Kshira Sutra. The Hindi translation is done by the current people. We can't say they are authentic. The authentic Acharya says in this one line shlok is that Bhavitam Rajni Churna Sunikshire. The sutra is quoted with Sunikshira and Rajni Churna. That is called the Kshira Sutra. So this Kshira Sutra is used for the practice in Fistula and Arsha. Then the magic happened. Dr. P.J. Deshpande, when we talk about Kshara Sutra, we cannot avoid the name of late Dr. P.J. Deshpande. He is from BHU. He did tremendous work on Kshara Sutra. Under his guidance, there are carried out multicentric trial on Kshara Sutra. Okay, he has done his study on animal models and human beings. And from this, they have put that everything in this book. This is called the Management of Bhagandara with Kshara Sutra. These are led by late Dr. P.J. Deshpande and his team. They have established the fact that after their Kshara Sutra multicentric trial, that management of Bhagandara is with Kshara Sutra. So, in their study, they derived a standard Kshara Sutra. A standard Kshara Sutra, after so many multicentric trials, they come to the conclusion that this is the standard Kshara Sutra which we will use in management of fistula. What is that standard Kshara Sutra? Is 21 coating on surgical barber 20 number thread. That 21 coatings are 11 coatings of Suhikshir. Suhikshir plus Apamargakshar 7 coats. Suhikshir plus Haridra 3 coats. That all counts to 21 coatings. And the pH is maintained between 8.3 to 8.5, which is the alkaline pH. So this is called the Kshara Sutra. Okay, so this fact should be in your mind when we say it is Kshara Sutra. It is a standard Kshara Sutra with 21 coating, which having pH at 8.3 to 8.5, which is alkaline in nature. So he derived the mode of action. After so much of research, he came to the conclusion of mode of action of Kshara Sutra. How it works? It works due to, first it caused the irritation due to the Suhikshir and Apamargakshar. There is a local tissue irritation which causes inflammation, which leads to softening of tissue along with the necrosis, which leads to separation of tissue, that is cutting, and simultaneous healing simultaneously due to the Haridra. So the crude mode of action of Kshara Sutra, standard Kshara Sutra, is simultaneous cutting and healing. Okay, so the myth, these 4 things which I have put on my earlier slide, that Kshara Sutra is used in ligation of Arsha, Kshara Sutra is non-invasive technique of Arsha, there is no recurrence of Kshara Sutra in Arsha, patient can join it. These all are myths, but all statements are true, but in case of Bhagandara, that is fistula in ano. So, whenever you are going to practice for Kshara Sutra, this small thing should keep in your mind, that the research on Kshara Sutra is made focusing the fistula in ano, not the Arsha. Still, we find some people claiming for Kshara Sutra in hemorrhoid. In some great textbook of Ayurveda also, we find the reference of use of Kshara Sutra in Arsha. We find some beautiful papers, scientific papers on our website or Google for claiming use of Kshara Sutra in a hemorrhoid. So, for them, I want to say that when they are using this Shara Sutra in piles, what will be the advantage of this Shara Sutra? So, the said probable advantages of Shara Sutra in piles will be what? One thing, it's the Kshar. It is causing Shara Dagda. So, it may cause the hemostasis. Okay? The Shara Dagda. Again, while going through these points, keep these four theories in your mind. Vascular theory, varicose vein theory, cushion theory. Don't forget that. Just try to implement them here. So, Kshara Dagda is cause the hemostasis. It's the said probable advantages. Second probable advantage, early slough out of stump due to the cutting action of Kshara. Kshara, Sharanartha Kshara. One who will Sharana, cutting, one who will do the cutting will early slough out of stump will occur. And third is the fibrosis of anal cushion due to the action of Kshara. That loose cushion, that cushion theory says that cushion are loosened, they are protruding outside. We have to get fibrosis. We have to do the fibrosis of that cushion. That fibrosis of cushion can be achieved due to this action of Kshara. Maybe for these three things, people are claiming that we are using Kshara Sutra in piles. Let's go one by one. Let's explore these facts. First is what I said, the hemostasis due to Kshara Dagda. Let's check it. When someone claims that Kshara Dagda causes hemostasis, then what will be our answer? The hemostasis is achieved not by Kshara Sutra, but by the tight knot during the transfixation of hemorrhoidal mass. If you have gone through the management of varicose vein, here we find they tie the varicose part and remove the varicose part. That is the management of varicocele or varicose vein. Here also, if there is varicosity, what is essential? The essential is to tie a knot, a tight knot behind the hemorrhoidal plexus. So that is the main factor. Okay, not the Kshara Dagda. Kshara Dagda may cause more irritation and pain in the post-operative period. Okay. Second said probable advantage, early slough out of stump due to the cutting action of Kshara. Let's check the fact. Sharana action of Kshara will cause early slough out, which may cause bleeding. If the stump slough out early, it may cause bleed. Whereas delayed slough out will cause more good fibrosis of underlying tissue. So early slough out is not so good for Kshara Sutra. Third probable, what is the advantage? Fibrosis of anal cushion due to the application of Kshara. I think this is the actual benefit of Kshara in management. This can be achieved by application of Pratisthana Kshara. You have learned, you have already been with lecturer with Dr. Padwaze, and sir has beautifully explained the application of Pratisthana Kshara. So this fibrosis you can achieve by the Pratisthana Kshara, or it can be achieved by any sclerosant agent which may cause the fibrosis of cushion. Okay, here the Kshara Sutra cannot be helped. The Pratisthana Kshara or the sclerosant agent will cause the good fibrosis. So I claim probable disadvantage of Kshara Sutra in piles. This is my theory. This is my lookout in my 20 years of practice.
Severe pain due to caustic action of Kshara on anal mucosa and analdum. When you are applying Kshara Sutra on the hemorrhoidal mass, you are going to transfix it. It will cause severe pain due to the Kshara. Second, loose knot due to the coating of material of thread. Just like advantage, I will also check the facts regarding this my three statement. My first statement is there might be severe pain, and second statement is loose knot due to the coating of material of thread, and third fact is early slough out can be dangerous. So let's check this one by one. Severe pain due to the caustic action of Kshara on anal mucosa and analdum. When you have learned the basics of pathology, you are known that pathology or treatment below the dentate line is painful due to the somatic nerve supply. Therefore, fissure are more painful because they are below the dentate line. Okay. Therefore, application of Kshara Sutra in piles ligation is painful due to the involvement of anodum. If you involve the skin component, if you involve the anodum, it will cause more pain or severe pain to the patient. Patient cannot bear that pain. Whereas, if Kshara application, if you are using Pratishanit, which is above the dentate line, so it will cause less pain with good fibrosis if done skillfully. Again, this should be very important point. If done skillfully, the skill is important while application of Kshara. Skill is important and choosing of patient is also very important. Don't follow anything blindly. There should be right selection of patient should be very nice, and there should be proper skill for application of Kshara. My second point, loose knot due to the coating of material of thread. If you see, the thickness of surgical barber 20 number is 1.9 mm. This is the plain plain thread. Its thickness is 1.9 mm. And after 21 coating, which we get this Kshara Sutra, its diameter is 2.1 mm. Okay. So, the diameter increases due to the coating. What will it cause? When you tie such a thread or such a Kshara Sutra on any stump, just check this knot. This and compare with this. This is called a tight knot, and this you can something loose knot because of this coating. Okay, the knot becomes slightly loose. It remains like the loose because of this coating. And as patient takes sits bath in his post-operative period, the coating will slough out or wash out, and the knot become more loose, which is very much dangerous in hemorrhoidectomy. The knot should be very tight. It should not be loose like this. If it become loose like this, it will be more dangerous. So, early slough out can be dangerous. Simultaneous cutting and healing is the proved action of Kshara Sutra that we all know. We have talked on this. Simultaneous cutting can lose the time. When you put Kshara Sutra and you tie the Kshara Sutra, it will cut the component. As it cut the component, the loop become loose. Okay, which in turn difficult for slough out of stump. When will the stump slough out? If there is a tight loop. But if there is a loose loop, then it won't slough out, or early slough out due to the Ksharana action may cause post-operative secondary bleeding. This is the fact behind this. So let's take the fact. What are the facts in piles management? First and very essential, we are the followers of Sushruta. We are the followers of Sushruta, who is the father of surgery. So Sushruta has described fold 4 treatment for Arsha with specific indication. What 4-fold he has described? Bheshaja, Shara Karma, Agni Karma and Shastra Karma. For every management, for every treatment modalities, he has described specific indication. In which piles you have to do Bheshaja, in which piles you have to do Agni Karma or Sharas Karma and Shastra Karma. So he has described Shara Karma, which is Shara Lepan or Shara Pratisaran till 100 matra. He has specifically said about the time, how much time should be the Kshar apply. It's apply up to the 100 matra. So there is nothing called Kshara Sutta. There is Kshara Lepan or Pratisarana Kshar according to the specific indication. In Shastra Karma, Arsha is a Chedya Vyadhi. Ashtavida Shastra Karma, Ashra is a Chedya Vyadhi. So there is Chedan is indicated. No reference of Kshara Sutra in Arsha by Acharya Sushruta. This should be, you should always keep in your mind. No reference from P.J. Deshpande sir regarding use of standard Kshara Sutra in hemorrhoids. So these are the facts. Just whatever your patient may tell, whatever may any Google will say, you should stick on your concept that Sushruta has not described Kshara Sutra or piles. Dr. P.J. Deshpande, who worked tremendous on Kshara Sutra, he has not given any reference regarding piles. Again, what are the facts? How we are going to deal with that hemorrhoid? So surgical barber plain 20 number is enough to achieve the goal of hemorrhoid management. It's enough to put a good dye. It's enough to slough out the hemorrhoidal mass. Is enough to cause some kind of fibrosis. So that good dye, the tight knot is important, which can be achieved by surgical barber 20 number thread. Again, if you want to follow Kshara Sutra, no, I am the follower of Ayurveda, I will not use the barber, I want to use Kshara Sutra. Then use Kshira Sutra, not Kshara Sutra, which has described by Chakradatta. That's Sungi Haridra Kshira Sutra. You can use that, which is alkaline which is acidic in nature. Kshira Sutra described by Chakradatta. To achieve good fibrosis, one can use and practice Pratisarana Kshar according to the indication by Acharya Sushruta. These are the facts. These facts you have to follow. So, Kshara Sutra and Panchakarma are the both major things of our science. So, Kshara Sutra is one of the weapon. Okay, world is looking towards us for this Kshara Sutra. So, Kshara Sutra is a weapon. Always understand the weapon and the target. If you skip any of them, you won't achieve a good result. If you only understand the target but not the weapon, you can't achieve your goal, or vice versa. So always understand the weapon and the target. When the target is Arsha or hemorrhoid, think about bleeding PR due to local varicosity, obstruction due to bulging of mass, they are the cushions, pain due to thrombosis, constipation. Last but not least, which is the forte of Ayurveda, is Agni Vichar. The basic is that Arsha is a Agni Mandya Janita Vyadhi. If you are not treating Agni, you are not going for this Agni Vichar, there is no use of any surgical management. Okay, so this should not be ignored. Bleeding PR, obstruction, pain, constipation, and Agni Vichar should be done while treating any Arsha patient. So, what is the goal of Arsha Chikitsa? Arsha Chikitsa's goal is what? Easy passage of stool without bleeding, pain, and obstruction. Any treatment, in choice of treatment should be such that patient should get easy passage of stool without bleeding, pain, and obstruction. That is the goal of Arsha Chikitsa. That should be kept in your mind. So, my take-home message from you is that choose a weapon smartly according to the need of patient and condition or degree of hemorrhoid. Now, Government of India and the authorities has allowed Ayurveda surgical practice. Then it's our responsibility to use it wisely. So there is no shortcut in surgical field. Proper training and proper degree is must. Without training and without degree, you could not practice in surgical field. So there is no shortcut in surgical field. Anesthesia could not be compromised. Never ever compromise anesthesia in surgical practice. You may perform any case in local GA or spinal, but the presence of anesthetist is must. So anesthesia is not at all compromised whenever you take any patient on OT table for any procedure. Don't follow anyone blindly, whoever may be. It included myself also. Don't follow anyone blindly. Check the facts. When you are using anything, always check the facts. Always check the technology behind it. Always check its outcomes. So check the fact. Don't forget the basic principles of surgery. There are some basic principles which are common in modern and in Ayurveda. That is called the basic principle. Without that, nothing is going to happen. So don't forget. It should be strong enough. Don't forget the basic principle of surgery and our great acharyas. Follow ethical practice. Again, no shortcuts. Follow ethical practice. Our one irresponsible step will ruin the glory of our science. So we all are responsible for things we are going to follow in our next few years. So you should be very, very much responsible for it. So for a single disease, a single treatment cannot be happen. For pile only Sharasutra, for fistula only Sharasutra, or for any another proctology only laser is not the solution of any treatment. Any treatment modality differs from the condition of your target. So always understand, it may be this weapon may be your Sharasutra or maybe current laser, but understand your weapon and understand the target. It may change your result. So the world is waiting for the golden era of Ayurveda, and the responsibility is on your arms. Thank you so much for your patience listening. If you want to ask anything, you can ask. Hello. हॅलो.
मॅडम.
हा,
हा मॅडम.
ऐकू येते का?
येस मॅडम.
काही डाऊट्स आहेत?
If anyone has doubt,
आहेत का?
ऐकून येतं. हॅलो.
हा बोल.
मॅडम.
Yes.
वंगस यांना
मला ऐकू येत नाहीये.
मॅडम ते दोन
एकच मिनिट, 1 मिनिट.
हॅलो.
1 मिनिट, जस्ट होल्ड कर. हा बोल. हॅलो.
Wangasen described use of Shar Sutra in Arsha and another method of preparation with kheer and other medicine along with sendal salt. असं म्हणजे हे
मला प्रश्न जरा स्पष्ट ऐकू येत नाही रे.
वंगसेनने क्षारसूत्राचा उपयोग अर्शमध्ये सांगितला आहे का असं त्यांचा प्रश्न आहे.
कोणी
वंगसेन भल्लातक क्षीर सोबत.
भल्लातक क्षीर सोबत.
भल्लातक क्षीरने क्षारसूत्र बनवायचं आणि सैंधव आणि भल्लातक क्षीर. तर तसं ते म्हणतात की वंगसेन मध्ये असं सूत्र आलं आहे का असं.
माझ्या तरी वाचनात काही तसं आलेलं नाहीये. What I want to say here, if you want to achieve the hemostasis, first establish your goal. Establish your goal, what you are going to achieve, and using bhallatak or using any shara, what difference is going to make. That is the most essential part. Our goal is to get rid of that varicosity, get rid of that loose cushions. If you want to treat it can be happen with the simple 20 number barbar thread. Then why you want to use this pallatak or this one? This is my take home message. I won't promote to use any caustic material on anal cushions, which will be more and more painful for the patient. When word is going towards the painless part, when word is going towards the painless surgeries, for the non-invasive techniques, more precise techniques, why we want to push our patient towards the painful procedure? We can progress with practice of some painless techniques in Ayurveda, na? So I will recommend, or I will say, you need to practice on the painless technique of piles management. So I don't think Bhallatak will fulfill our aim, because it is itself a very toxic material, caustic material. Next.
Okay, means in this condition barber thread is more useful than any क्षार or caustic material applied on.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
If you want to go with the penless technique, barber thread is enough. And if you want to do anything else, you can use Pratisthanic Shar.
Okay.
Okay, because we are using that Shar above the dentate line. So it won't cause much pain. Any procedure below the dental line should be 100% painful.
Okay. Can we apply Shar Sutra in fistula using local anesthesia or spinal is advisable?
We can use under local anesthesia. For the low anal fistula, we can use Shara Sutra under local anesthesia.
Okay. After skillful Kshar karma also, burning pain is there, and if it is there, how to manage that pain?
You have already had that lecture with Sir, Parvaze Sir. So he is the
Yes.
most. If they, then only I will say if patient is having such a burning pain, you can use a basti, some shamak tel, Buddha Puran. Okay.
Okay. Madam, while treating internal-external hemorrhoid, when we incise and separate enoderm, circumference, do we have to separate enoderm and submucosa internally like C-shaped incision or full 360 degree incision and then transfix the base? In short, how to do incision?
No 360, only V-shape incision is essential. Only V-shape incision and separation of that stem from the skin and sphincters. Okay.
Okay. I think the doubt session is also done, and it was very nice lecture. Means practice oriented also, and also with the help of reference. Specifically for me, it's new that Sushruta has mentioned Shar Sutra in Nadi Vrand, not in piles or fistula. Yeah. The new reference that known, it was real. So one more question has come. Some people use Shar Sutra in fissure. What is your opinion, please?
Blunders. These are blunders. Fissure is one of the painful condition. The most painful condition in proctology is fissure. It's called parikartika, which cause a kartana vedana. When there is so lot of pain is there, patient approaching you to get rid of this pain, and you are adding more pain in his pain, then it will be a blunder. So just first specify your goals. What patient wants from you. What patient coming to you is coming for his pain management. Fisher's patient approach you for the pain management, and if you are going to add that pain with some kind of shara and caustic material, it will cause more pain. So how will you achieve your goal? So there is need of that, get rid of that spasm. In case of fissure, the pain is because of the spasm of internal sphincter. The basic goal is you have to get rid of internal sphincter spasm. If you are not getting that internal sphincter spasm relieved, then there is no use of any fissurectomy or any Shara Sutra or any treatment. So fissure's basic treatment is get rid of spasm of internal sphincter. So treat that first. Using anything is useless.
Okay. Bleeding per annum due to first degree piles is possible, or what should we give internal oral medicine for that?
So Sushruta has described Aushadha Chikitsa for Adrushya Arsha. If you go through the fourfold of treatment, Aushadha, Kshara, Agni and Shastra Karma, Sushruta has described Aushadha Chikitsa for Adrushya Arsha. Adrushya Arsha means what? That is first degree or second degree piles, which are not coming out of the anal canal. That is called the Adrushya Arsha. Means the hemorrhoid which are inside the anal canal and which are bleeding, they are the internal hemorrhoid. So Sushruta has described Arsha this Arsha with Aushad Chikitsa. According to my practical experience, if you use Nakeshar, Lodhra, Amalaki with butter and khadi shakkar, then this formula will get rid of these bleeding pipes. Again, the theory behind this formula, just if you have time, I can explain. Do you have time?
Yes, madam. Please continue.
So, the theory behind this formula is Nakeshar, Lodhra and Amalaki. If you have learned Sharandhar, and Sharandhara has given a shlok of Pachak Dravya. In that shlok, first he has described the Pachak Dravya is Nakeshar. So Nakeshar is the best Pachak Dravya. If you go through the basic principle of Sushruta Samhita, there are 4 Rakta Stambhak Upay. For Rakta Stambhan, Sushruta has described 4 treatment, that is Sandhan, Skandan, Pachan and Dahan. These are the 4 Rakta Stambhak Upay. So when you are going for the bleeding PR, you are going for the Rakta Stambhan, this Pachan is essential, which can be carried out by Nakeshar. Lodhra is one of the Stambhan. Okay, and Amalaki is Mausa Balya, and it's some kind, you can say it's vitamin C. So that combination will work with magically works. It has given the Anupana like Navneet, that is butter, fresh butter, which is Grahi in nature, and Khadi Shakkar, which is Pitta Shamak. So all this formula is working very nicely. Against pause 500 mg TDS, this formula works very magically. So you can use this for the bleeding care. Anything else?
Good morning, madam. Am I audible? Madam, while treating internal-external hemorrhoids, I have seen many surgeons, as you said, that we are holding the pile mass or hemorrhoidal mass, and then we are incision the enodome, that is external component, and then जे आपण बेसला तसं प्रेस करतो आणि डायरेक्ट C-shape इन्सिजन घेतला की डायरेक्ट मग इंटरनल पार्ट म्हणजे जिथे म्युकोझल सबम्युकोझल आहे तिथून डायरेक्ट इन्सिजन घेऊन ट्रान्सफिक्सेशन करतो मॅडम. आणि म्हणजे तो पूर्ण फक्त एनोडम पार्ट आहे तोच फक्त इन्सिजन किंवा कॉर्टराईज करायचा आणि इंटरनल जो पार्ट आहे तो फक्त लायगेशन साठी वापरायचा. म्हणजे ही
Yes, 100%. Because if you make any cut on mucosa, it will bleed like a head. It will bleed heavily. So you have to just separate that external part. Don't take any incision on mucosa. It will bleed heavily.
ओके. ऍक्च्युली येस, तोच कन्फ्युजन होतं म्हणून हे केलं.
नाही, ते पूर्ण 360 वाला नाहीच घ्यायचं, इथे V शेपच घ्यायचं. V शेप घेऊन अगेन अ स्मॉल थिंग, अ व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग. Never get the basic principle. Always try to save maximum anodum. If you go to the text, you will find the shape of the incision of hemorrhoid should be like a claw shape, lavanga sarka. After slough out of that term, that scar should be like a claw. ते लवंगा प्रमाणे असलं पाहिजे का?
टू अवॉइड इनकॉन्टिन्यून्स मॅडम.
We need to save the anodum.
Madam, it was okay. Madam, your voice was cracking in between. Last what you have.
थोडासा नेटचा प्रॉब्लेम झाला.
Okay.
जे आपण इन्सिजन घेतो ना, हेमोरॉइडेक्टॉमी झाल्यानंतर जो स्कार टिश्यू होणार ना, जो वुंड होणार ना, दॅट वुंड शुड बी क्लो शेप. त्याचं शेप जर लवंगासारखं असेल तरच आपण म्हणू शकतो वी हॅव टेकन अ प्रॉपर इन्सिजन. सो देर इज अ फॅक्ट ऑफ दॅट व्ही शेप इन्सिजन, जेणेकरून आपण मॅक्झिमम एनोडम आपण सेव्ह करू शकतो.
Yes, yes. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
So, I think doubt session is also over. No new doubts. So, thank you very much once again, Dharna madam, for such a
थँक यू.
as well as theory-based practical lecture, and by which we will improve our practice also, and what actually surgeons or surgery is to be done in the patient of piles or fissure. That was very good part of the lecture, and I think yes, doubts are over. Then we should stop this lecture here, and we will meet next time, madam, for more practical and much more theoretical knowledge from her for Shreyas E-Learning Academy. Thank you very much, madam.
थँक यू. थँक यू चिंतन. थँक यू सो मच.
Yeah, we should end this session.
थँक यू. ओके बाय. थँक यू.